So here we are, straight up 8 o'clock on the hour, on the dot. We are going to start this off. I'm going to tell you right now with a prayer, which is something I do not do. I do not like to pray out loud. That's just a big fear of mine. Guess what I'm fixing to do? Pray out loud. So let's close our eyes, bow our heads. Dear Jesus, I just ask you to come today on this Zoom and be with each and every single person that we have. Wake up and win with them. Put people in their paths, Lord, that are ready to live the life they deserve, but most importantly, that are ready for an opportunity, Lord. We are here. We are going to pour out all of our heart and our soul into this business today and work together, because we believe that together we are better. And that, Lord, is what we ask for you today, is to be with each and every one of us, to put those people in our paths, Lord, and that we lift up in your name. Thank you, Jesus. Awesome, guys. Here we go. Okay. That literally just about sent me over the edge. I think I just had a little mini heat stroke. If I pass out, my mother's here, Susan, call her. Praying out loud is not something I am good at, nor do I do, but guess what? I just ate the frog and I did it. So if you can do it, we can do it. First things first, we are going to spend 5 minutes of self-development. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This first Zoom is going to be a little bit more talking than what next week's Zoom is going to host, because I'm learning as we go. 5 minutes of self-development. Guys, these are your 5 things you're grateful for in the last 24 hours. For me, it's my 10-year accomplished goals. And it is my 3 powerful I am statements that Miss Tammy Battaglia helped me work on. That is my bad to the bone screensaver I will put up there. So let's get to work. You got 5 minutes of doing your gratitude. Guess what? If you're like, Lindsey, I'm already 2 hours ahead of you and I already did it. You can never be too thankful, grateful, or powerful in your I am. So do them again. I will also have chat up. If you have, go in there and I want you to put one of the things you're grateful for and one of your I am statements in the chat. Here's the cool thing about the chat. You will see some I ams that maybe relate to you that you can just go in and take and steal, because I will tell you right now, my I ams have changed so much over the last couple of months. So make sure you're reading in the chat when you're done with your gratitude, your self-development. Keep them coming, guys. I will tell you one thing that I learned is that you can have a bajillion. This is what my I am statements used to be. I mean, that's a lot, I know, but let's just be honest. but I narrowed it down to really focus in on 3 because Tammy and Bob Proctor told me to. And it's just 3. And I am totally not afraid to share those with y'all this morning. I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning $1 million a year. Guys, when I say that, I don't just say that. I think about on Tuesdays at 11:59 when I go and hit that circle, guess what? Earning $1 million a year comes up to. That comes up to making a $19,231 weekly paycheck. I envision myself, and I know some of you, this may be way out of, I've been in this business for 7 years. I'm in a different position. You do you. But that is what I visualize, making sure that every Tuesday when I do that check, that's what it's doing. Then I visualize where that money is physically going, paying my house off, making sure my daughter has no student loans whatsoever when she graduates. I am doing that. So that is my wealth goal. My health goal is, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm consistent with my health goals. Guys, I go up and down and all around and staying consistent with stuff. So that's just one of those I got to work on. And then last but not least, it's a family goal for me. I am so happy and grateful that no matter where I open my eyes, we have the day together. And that's a picture of me and my hubby down there because that's what I want to do. I want to wake up and make sure that no matter where I'm at, he is right there next to me. And we are living our best life. So we are moving on to our very first working thing. We're going to spend on, first things first, products on your story. Guys, that is so important. If you have not already taken a picture of your products on your story, whether you woke up with your capsules, whether you're drinking your lifestyle mix right now, or maybe you haven't put your DFT on yet, every single day, I need your products in your story. If you're like, hey, I'm ahead of you, Lindsey, I've already done all of that. Guess what I want you to do now? Everybody's going to smile and we're going to say cheese. And we are all going to go into our stories right now. Flip your camera, turn it towards all the people, figure out whatever you want and take a picture. Because guess what? This is showing community. This is explaining to people that you can work from anywhere, that you can do this business in the nooks and crannies of your day. So that is what I want you to work on for the next 4 minutes. I need you to get something up in your stories, something of your product up in your stories. I don't care. I need for you from this point forward to make sure that you're doing this on the daily. People need to know you're thriving in your stories on the daily. You'll literally just flip your camera around and take a picture of your screen. If you're on your phone, you just take a screenshot of it and you can post it into your stories. Four, three, two, one, go. So if my handle on Instagram is Dickens Lindsey, but what I did this morning is I just put simple. I put a picture. I put it's about the community for me. And then I'm also going to go in here and put a little blurb that says we have 10 optional meetings to help you grow as well. You're never alone, something like that. Why am I doing that? Because guess what? I need for people that are watching me, following me to know that this is on the regular basis for us. This is something we do. Now, you may not have 10 optional meetings for somebody to show up to you, but guys, we know we have the Lavelle calls. We know we have the VIP start calls. There's so many different things. We have 3 of these work with me Zooms a week. So make sure you're doing that. Another cool thing is on these product stories. Just for instance, I typically wake up every single day and do a live taking my capsules, whether you see my face, my bed hair, whatever I do throughout the day, my boost, my thirst, my activate, whatever I'm doing, I do that throughout the day. But say, for instance, that you're just where you can't do it that day or something happens. Guys, I have stock things that I put that I have saved in my camera roll that literally say jumper cables, so that I know that I put those up every single day. I don't care if I wake up at 5 a.m. or 10 a.m. I'm going to put the fact that I take those jumper cables. It may say no coffee for 7 years. It may not say anything. It may just be a boomerang. Every single day, you need to be showing your products. This is where that 20% of Thrive is sprinkled into your life, is your stories. Because guess what? They go away in 24 hours. Every single day is a new day. So finish that up in your stories. You got 30 seconds. Show your community picture. As I just spilled my drink. Every time that I'm on any type of Zoom, whether I'm on my computer, whether I'm on my phone, I take a picture of it and let people know that we have these options available. So that's another great story you can use, guys, and you should be using. All right, we are now moving over to what's fixing. I need everybody to get on their Instagram. I need everybody, once you're on your Instagram, you're going to see your little circles at the top. I want you to scroll to the very back of your circles. Just keep scrolling. The very top, you're going to scroll till you can't scroll anymore. And then what you're going to do is we're fixing to do some 3, 2, 1s. And this is literally going to be where you're genuine. 3, 2, 1s in this particular instance right now. When you scroll to the back, that's typically the people that you least interact with, which we have some more things we'll go over here in a minute, so don't get overwhelmed. I just kind of want you to click on them, see what it is. Here's a millionaire tip. Do not send somebody an emoji. Do not sit here and try to be relatable to somebody that you are not relatable to. I know in the beginning, I added all of these people and I followed all of these people and all of these things, but I'm learning, because I didn't know anything about Instagram, that half of them do not resonate with me. Half of their stuff isn't even in English. I mean, let's just be honest. I don't know what happened. So this is my time to find people that I'm relatable to. It's just like if I see somebody on here that says they're vegan and I go and say something about vegan, I'm lying. I'm not vegan. I don't know anything about that. So do not sit here and try to be relatable to somebody that you don't know anything about. So this is your time. On your little bubbles, you're going to go through and just start making some comments on their stories. I'm not really sure what you mean, Sherry. We don't see the same view as you to take a picture. If you're on your phone, you won't. If you're on at the very top, if you press the word view, it'll say gallery or speaker. I always just put it on gallery when I'm taking my picture because I want a picture of everybody. Right now, we're literally just sending messages on our bubbles. So just to give you an example, this girl put on here, Wayfair, why are you something else? And it's like, I'm just going to just, it's her husband sitting down there with like 2,000 pieces to put something together. I can resonate with that because I ordered from IKEA at one time. And my husband told me if I ever order from IKEA again, he will kill me. So I just went in there and said, girl, I feel you. My husband will never let me order from IKEA again because of the 20,000 pieces to one little bitty desk that he had to put together. That is something that you resonate with. It's on your Instagram, guys. It's your bubbles. You don't have to, the further you scroll is that, well, I'm reading the comments. It's at the very top. I do everything from my phone. I cannot guide you, lead you, or direct you from my computer because I work my business from my phone. I'm on a Zoom right now because it makes it easier to show y'all, but your bubbles should be at the top. It's stories is what when I say that. Okay, so next thing we're fixing to go and do is we are going to go see and look at our followers. This is something I learned last week that I was like, whoa. So how you go to find your followers is you go to your homepage, you go to your settings. Okay, so I'm at Dickens Lindsey. I'm going to my settings. At the top, it'll say followers and following. I already knew this from the very beginning. You should never have more people that you're following than you have followers. That's a work in progress for me. Let's just be honest. But I am working on that diligently. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go to my followers, people that I'm following. Okay. When you go to that, you're going to be able to see least interactive people. You're going to be able to see sort by default. I want y'all to click on sort by default. And you're going to, for me, I'm still working on earliest. Earliest means those are the first people that signed up with me or that I liked on Instagram or that liked me. Okay, so date from earliest. All those people are showing up. This is where I spend time cleaning up my social media, meaning I'm looking at these people and I'm going to go in and do my 3, 2, 1s. 3, 2, 1s. Are you ready? 3 likes, 2 comments, and 1 story interaction. That's what I'm going to do. And I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. When I go in here and I look at I have my daughter's spam account on here. I don't need my kid's spam account. So I'm going to go unfollow that, right? But then when you scroll down, you're going to start seeing different people. I'm going to go in. I'm going to see when their last post was. I'm going to love it. I'm going to like it. I'm going to comment on it. Here's another tip I want to give you. Don't sit here and think that you need to unfollow every single person because they don't have an Instagram post in the last week. They don't have a story in the last 24 hours. Your next 200K rock star, your next 12K rock star can be that person that you just unfollowed. I do not follow thrivers, no offense. And I do not follow like family and friends because it just doesn't, I'm literally on social media, especially Instagram, for nothing more than my business. That is it. I'm not there to learn anything. I'm not there to gossip. I'm there to work. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to start doing 3, 2, 1s. This is a timer. Guess what? This is something that takes time. This is not simple. This is one of those that you can times throughout the day, which we will talk about that here in a minute. If you have been working your Instagram for quite some time, you wouldn't go to earliest. You would go to latest because that's all the new people that you followed, literally. Like I've been doing this now for a week consistently. Starting next week, I'm going to start going to my latest because I want to start interacting with my new people that I've been following. But I have a feeling that a lot of us on here are still new to Instagram, and we're going to go to earliest because that's just what you do. Yeah, 3 likes on the same exact person. So I'm in one person. I'm going and liking 3 of her posts, hearting, AKA. I'm going and commenting on 2 of them. And then I'm going into her stories as long as she has a story, which this one does. And I'm going to comment on her story. And guys, remember, I don't expect you nor me to be an expert at this. This is why we are going to host these and we're going to record these and they're going to be up because this is how you're going to learn to interact. And another thing too, it's not about who wins the race in this. This is literally, I may only get 3 of these done in 5 minutes. Susan, it's saying we only have 9 minutes and 47 seconds remaining.
That's what I wanted to see.
All right, we're going to move on to the next thing. Is we're going to go learn how to grow our network. This is something that I could never do, and I'm still learning. I just started really working my Instagram, so I'm not going to sit here and judge. Okay, here we are again. Let's go to our settings. Let's go to the search bar. So you're going to go, well, actually, you don't even have to go to settings. You're going to go down to the bottom because everything's new today. You're going to click the little magnifying glass. You're going to go up to search. You're going to click that word search, not type anything in. See where it says top accounts, audio tags, and places. Click places. We are going to go. These are all the recent places that you've been or you've been around or that you live near. If your location's not on Google University, that we learned that from Lindsey Coggins. She's like, if you don't know how to work some of these things, you're going to have to go on your own time and go figure out how. If your notification, if you do not see where it says near current location, that's because you need to go turn your settings on. Another thing too that I learned, every single time that I am somewhere, whether I am in Denton, America, which is I live in Denton, Texas, Sanger area, or if I am on vacation, like I'm going to be in Destin, Florida, leaving today, actually tonight, I'm going to be in St. Pete, Florida next week. I'm going to be tagging myself in all these places. So next thing you're going to do, I am in Sanger, Texas, AKA right here. I'm going to go click that and I'm going to go look at all the people and start following people that are in my area that have clicked Sanger, Texas, because there are people in your own backyard, in your own community, in your own area that are not thrivers. So I'm not going to go and look at their pages. I'm not going to go and spend time. I'm going to go click the follow button. I don't follow men, and I have to, like for me, I have to be careful because a lot of people, since school's back in, it's kids. So I do make sure that it's an adult, it's a mother doing that. Like around me is a Camp Gladiator. Hell to the yeah, I'm going to click on that because guess what? I'm going to go and start following all those people that go to Camp Gladiator in Sanger, Texas, and Denton, Texas. Rooster's Roadhouse, that's another place Justin and I love to go and eat, which we just did the other day. You can bet your sweet Bippy I'm going to go get all those cute little girls that are drinking their drinks, signing up. Those are my vibe. That's my jam. So I want you to spend the next, and here's the thing, don't sit in your area and add 50 people. That's not what this is about. For me, I live in Sanger. I'm going to go add 10 people from Sanger. I'm going to go over to Camp Gladiator and add 5. I'm going to go to Roosters and add 5. I'm going to go to the Denton, Texas Square and add 5 people. I'm going to go to the North Texas Fair and Rodeo, which just happened here like 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go add 5 people there. Am I making sense? Give me some head nods into where you're adding. This again is not you spending. You've got like 3 minutes and it's down in your search bar. Just click the word search, just click on your magnifying glass, go up like you were going to search something, go over to places, and boom, those are all your current things. I even went as far as I hiked the Superstition Mountains the other day. I went and added people on that. I was at the Fort Worth Stockyards not too long ago. I went and found that. Windstar Royal Casino. Yeah, it's like 25 minutes from where I live. I went and added some people from there. Here's the main thing. Every time you make a Facebook or an Instagram post, yo honey needs to be tagging yourself where you're at, because that's going to start getting these places up in your queue of where you want to start adding friends from. We have one of those fun tea and shake places, like literally I could walk to it from my house. Hello, click. I'm going to go, and whenever those people that are making their shakes, I'm going to go follow them on the Instagram. Smarter, not harder, guys. You got 2 minutes to make it count. This is where you have to stop overthinking. You have to stop digesting. You just have to, this is going to be your opportunity to engage with potentials, because I would encourage you the rest of this week to do your search like we just did, your default at your latest, and start cleaning up your Instagram. But I encourage you next week when Susan hosts this next Monday to start with your latest. And that's going to be all the people you've added in the last 4 or 5 days. And you want to start making time to reach out to them. Cleaning up my Instagram has been quite challenging. That is a time-consuming thing. And we'll talk about that here in a minute, about what are one and dones and what are things you work on throughout the day. Because I think that's the most important thing of what people need to understand. Twenty-second countdown. If you're overwhelmed, that's good. That means we got a lot of work to do. That's what I keep reminding myself. When I'm overwhelmed, it's a good thing, because it means that I've got a lot of areas to work on. Okay, so we have done quite a bit on our Instagram. So here's the deal. A lot of one and dones are following. You've already followed enough people for the day. You've already done your unfollowing. 3, 2, 1s are what are not one and dones. Those are things that you're going to do throughout the day on your Instagram, right? Those are things that when you made all those comments and you followed up, you're going to go back at lunch. You're going to reply back to all those people, and you're going to go do some more 3, 2, 1s. I advise you to set a timer for like 10 minutes, knock out, probably 3 in 10 minutes, because it's challenging to do 3, 2, 1 and do it properly. But let me tell you what, that's working while you're doing your day job. All right, let's move over to the infamous Facebook. Cool thing about Facebook is it is designed a little differently. I'm a lot more confident in Facebook than I ever thought about being in Instagram, but that too will change. That's a mindset thing. I encourage you to link your stories from your Instagram to your Facebook. You can go to Google University, figure out how to do that. Do not, we learned this from Lindsey Coggins, do not, and I'm always going to give credit where credit's due. Your stories are fine to link, but your posts are not good to link. It makes you look like you're a robot. So make sure that you're only linking your stories. That just saved me bukus of time because I didn't realize that you could do that. So I encourage you to go Google it. It's super simple to do. We're not going to waste time on that. Guess what? We're going to go interact in our stories. The cool thing about Facebook is you don't have to scroll to the end like we did. It doesn't do it that way. They're totally cued a different way. You can start right off on the very first one that you see, and we're going to go in and we're going to just start working on our stories. And we'll go from there. So let's spend 5 minutes working on our stories. I did leave a huge thing out on Instagram, but we're going to do it on Facebook, which means you can go back to Instagram. See, there's just so much, so much. Another thing, you're going to have people that are sitting right there on their Facebook, right on their Insta, and they're going to message you back. Do not message that. That is later. Don't mess with that right now. This isn't an emoji game either. This is not messaging. If you are messaging on Thrivers, which we're fixing to find out how much you do, it's not, they're not making you no money. They're not making you no money. We're working on stories in our Facebook. We're just making comments in our stories right now, Olivia. I mean, okay, so Sierra asked a good question because I've done some of my custom conscious comments. Doesn't engaging with other Thrivers posts help with boosting their views and interactions? Yeah, it does, but it's not making you any money. I mean, I hate to be that bold person to say that, but you're here to work your business. And if you're not interacting with non-Thrivers, they're not seeing your stuff. So you could have the most incredible posts, the most incredible reels, the most incredible stories, but it's only Thrivers that are going to see it. And that's not who's helping you. You want to get people on Thrive. And the way to get people on Thrive is not to engage with them. I'm not saying that I won't go in and make posts and give myself 5 minutes to pat somebody on the back and do stuff like that. I'm not saying that I'm like mean and vindictive, but I also have to be very, very smart. And you know what, how I got smart by doing this? And I'll tell you in a minute, when we go to the next thing and you see all the people that are looking at your stories and 90% of them are Thrivers, I had to have a reality check really, really fast. So for me, no, it doesn't help me. I want them to be working on non-Thrivers. I work on non-Thrivers, but that's just the way that I work my business. Always tell people stories are the easiest way to start. When you're interacting. All right. So next thing we're going to do is some 3, 2, 1s. I want you to go to your story. I want you to, I don't care which story it is, you can go from your latest or your greatest. I want you to click your viewers. Okay. I want you to look at your viewers, and I want you to go to and start making your 3, 2, 1s. 3, 2, 1s. You like 3 or heart 3 of their posts, you comment on 2, and then you go in their stories and do it. Here's where you're fixing to find out who's watching what you do, and are they thrivers? Are they other thrivers? Are they not? Are they people that are following you? Obviously, I'm public, so I will always have the other button at the bottom. Like I have an other button right now at the bottom that has 42. Well, I'm never going to know who they are because I'm not friends with them, I guess, but that's okay. But this is how I do my 3, 2, 1s on Facebook. I go to my stories, see who's watching my stories, and go and interact with them. That is uber duper important if you want to be working in your algorithms. Don't understand algorithms, don't want to take a class over it. I just know that it's a real thing and you better be working with them. So I'm going and I'm doing my 3, 2, 1s outside of that. Yes, does it take a little bit longer to do, because when you click their name, it takes you straight into their messenger. I don't do that. I click it again, go to their profile, boom. It's one extra step, but you can do it, I promise. Your Facebook doesn't show anybody who's, I'm not sure. I can only go by what I know. I can only go by what I got. I'm not sure about what that means, but if you are on here and you're like, crap, I don't have anybody, then you can go into your Facebook right now and just 3, 2, 1 people, non-thrivers, guys. I had a rude awakening when I saw these bubbles and I saw all these views, and they were a lot of thrivers. That's not doing me any good. That means I'm not doing my custom conscious comments as good as I thought I was. And I really thought I was doing pretty damn good, if you want to know the truth. But that's okay. I'm here to learn and do better. Any longer who viewed. I don't understand what y'all are saying. I'm sorry. I'm crazy. Mine just says viewers. Then I see everybody's down here, and then I'm clicking on their names and moving forward. So I can't help. Don't know what y'all are saying or doing. So I apologize. Like I said, if you get out of your stories and go into your feed and just start making custom conscious comments on non-thrivers. And I always flip back and forth. Like I'll go to my Thrive post, see who engaged and my viewers were. And then I'll go to like my little, yesterday I got to keep my daughter's friend's baby, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll go to those because sometimes they're different. You never know. Some people don't scroll all the way through. Some people do. They change. So utilize all of those and just start making custom conscious comments. You're going to see really fast who's watching what you do and who's not. All right, guys. So that is where we're making our custom conscious comments on Facebook. I'm going to move over into groups because this is how I personally add I add people into my network in Facebook. So I work Facebook groups a lot different than most people, but it works for me. And that's just what I do. So I'm going to go to your groups. If you are sitting here and you're like, I don't know what a group is, again, Google it, find it out. It's at the bottom, group. You can go and search anything you want. If you're a truck driver, if you love to wake surf, if you're a boat person, if you love to go mudding. For me, I'm a big Weight Watchers person. You need to find a group or groups that resonate with you. Are you a college mom? I know Susan's a Texas A&M graduate. So you find different groups that work for you. What I do, I go into my groups and I do the same thing. I go and make custom conscious comments. I go and congratulate people. I think the most important thing that I love to do is in my Weight Watchers groups, there is a lot of like before and afters, or there's a lot of recipes and different things. I will like that, but then I will take it the next step further and I'll go and message Suzanne and say, oh my gosh, Suzanne, that pineapple crusted chicken looked incredible. What's the recipe? And what's another favorite go-to snack? I build that relationship back with Suzanne. We go back and forth. We build each other up because when you can be on a group where you can resonate with people and you're genuinely doing it for a lot of different reasons. I've gotten so many different recipes off of my group. It's incredible. Then it makes it so simple. It's not like you're trying to find something to talk to somebody about. So do not go add yourself in a group that doesn't mean crap to you because you've just wasted their time and everybody's time. So I'll take that. When Suzanne comes back and gives me her stuff, I always send the simple message. I love connecting with other people on this journey. It helps me on the hard days. Guys, I say that because that's truth for me. There are days when I want to eat the whole cheeseburger and the whole apple pie and some chicken nuggets on the side because I need to know that I can go back to that community and get those people to cheer me on. So me and Suzanne, I go and add her as a friend on Facebook and she goes on my friends list where she's my new ad. She's somebody that I go and I'm going to start doing 3, 2, 1s on Susan's post. Okay. Smarter, not harder. So I want you to get your head down in the next 3 minutes, work 3 or 4 minutes in your group or your groups. I don't know where you stand, but this is something that Susan and I can tell you time and time again, and make sure that like it happens. Some of my newest thrivers have come from my groups. One thing I will tell you, I do not bring up Thrive at all, period. I just don't. I used to be like the Thrive throw up queen, not that anymore. I just interact and build a relationship. I get to that point where I get people to like, know, and trust me. That is what's uber important to me. So I'm getting people and building my community that way. And again, I want to bring people into my life that I can go on a 2-week road trip with and have the biggest and best time of my life. I don't want to know who they are. So I just don't bring up Thrive. I build that response. I build that relationship. I build that main thing in my life is what I do with those people. Sorry, my phone, everything's blowing up right now. So to answer that, Sierra, I don't right now. I'm not saying that I won't, but I wait and give them the opportunity to come to me first. All right, give you 1 more minute to clean up, clean up and work on our groups. And guys, if you're sitting here and you're just super duper like, oh, there's so much, guess what? Every single day that you do this, it's going to come easier and easier and easier, because I too am learning just as much as you are. I got this group business down, but that Instagram and those 3, 2, 1s, woo, they are challenging. Okay, so we've done all this interacting. We've done all this fun jazz. Guess what's next? We have to make some posts. So we have to get in there now and go make our posts for the day. For me, I love the fact that it's Wellness Wednesday, it's Win It Wednesday, it's Wise Woman Wednesday, it's Work It Wednesday. You can come up with a theme, or you can just post something. For me, I haven't done a Wellness Wednesday in quite some time, so I'm probably going to go and do that. Guys, one of the things that I do that I don't sit here and fret over my post is I batch work all my stuff. If you saw my notes in my phone, you would think I was crazy. But you know what? If I see something I like, if I think it's something that I like, I go and I type it up in my notes real quick to save for later. I batch worked this morning, got up early, got dressed, which I never have my hair fixed. Normally y'all would see me in like a towel in my, my hair would still be wet, blah, blah, blah. But I did like 10 reels. I made sure that I batch worked some reels because I'm in a reels challenge and I needed to make sure that I got it together. It was easy for me to just switch my shirt out and do a couple of different reels. So I need for you now to go make your social, your post on the Instagram, whether it's a reel, whether it's just a post. Then I need you to make your post on your Facebook. What I will tell you is what I post on Instagram, I post on my Facebook. I just copy and paste it, use the same picture, the same script, because even though I have a lot of people on Facebook that follow me on Instagram, those are not the people that I'm interacting with. They're just people that know me. I'm interacting with new people. So why I gotta work smarter, not harder, right? I am literally using that same post. So head down. I gotta quit talking. I gotta do my So I just posted my reel, which I made yesterday, which was quite entertaining because it reminds me that I'm happy I'm an empty nester. So if you want to go see it, Dickens Lindsey. And then I got to make my post here. I'm going to give you one more minute. See, I always have the verbiage. It's the dang picture that I got to find. All right, guys. So here is a couple of things I want to remind you of. My non-negotiable every single day, come hell or high water, is I make sure that I'm in my stories all day long. I make sure that it's real life, crazy life. Like, I mean, I'm going to get my eyelashes done. I'm taking Gigi to somewhere. Good Lord, that's just enough in itself. That brings a lot of fun in. I post when I'm drinking my shake or when I'm making something throughout the day, when I'm taking my form, at nighttime, when I'm doing my balance and my biotic. Those are non-negotiables for me. I will tell you, adding new friends, going in my groups, finding followers, unfollowing people, those are one and dones for me. I do those on a daily basis, first thing in the morning, and I don't do that for the rest of the day. What I do throughout the day is my 3-2-1s. And y'all saw kind of how we did it in Instagram. I start with my earliest people. I'm still in that stage, and see who they are, see if I want to interact with them or if not. Because you know what? You're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're interacting and you're seeing if you want to be with them and want to keep following them, and vice versa. Then I take it over into my Facebook. I work in my stories. I work in my posts and do my 3-2-1s there. Those are things that you'll see me do sporadically throughout the day. As well as one thing that I did not talk about was birthday messages. I do birthday messages first thing in the morning. I wish everybody a happy birthday. Hope they have a blessed day. And what do they have planned to celebrate? That's a one and done too. So these are a couple of guides, a couple of things. I know you might be sitting here and thinking, oh my goodness, I'm a little overwhelmed right now, but I have somewhere to start. You know what? Get good at one of those things and then add on to it. Because guess what? We have these 3 times a week. We're going to be professionals on this whole Instagram thing and this whole Facebook reaching out thing. If you can give us a 90-day push, I promise 90 days of working with us, waking up and winning and doing these things throughout the day that are going to make it happen. So I hope y'all have a happy Wellness Wednesday, a great week. And don't forget, we have auto ships that come out on Friday. So check on those as well for the 10th. But with that, peace out. We're done for the day. So y'all have a great one.